So a couple days ago, I came across a random girl on Instagram, and I decided let me draw her and see if I've improved my drawing skills over the past few years. Mind you, this is my first realistic person to draw, and it took me 5 days. Normally I've been drawing animation, superheroes, something like that, and it is my first realistic drawing, and to be honest, I'm very proud of it. My first drawings, let me just show you, and you can rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. So here it is, my 5-day work. It has brought me to this picture. I hope you can see it clearly. Now this picture, it took me 5 days to draw, and to be honest, I'm really proud of it. The thing that makes this picture more unique unlike the other things that I've drawn is that for the first time, I've used grid lines to draw the picture. If you look a bit closer, there are grid lines. I've used grid lines, and it has helped me a lot in sketching, because in the past I was not even used to sketching. I used to draw my pictures direct without sketching, and it made some parts seem a bit off. Let's say I was drawing an eyeball. One eyeball seemed larger than the other. So I think sketching has helped me improve, and if you look closer, I still have not finished drawing it, because this girl was wearing a white cloth, and this white cloth had very small details that you could not see. But to be honest, I'm very proud of it, and I think it is a huge step for me as an artist. And by the way, if you are an artist, just tell me, just in the comments, say some few tips I can use to improve my drawing. So currently, I'm not using colored pencils. In fact, don't mind my packaging. Don't mind my packaging. It is homemade. So currently, I'm simply using Staedtler pencils. I don't use colors. I wanted to use colors, but the colors were a bit complicated for me, and they brought some issues when I was using them. And I opted to just be drawing black and white for now. It is only for now. And I used Staedtler pencils. They are cheaper, and they get the work done. And I think they are better. They are better if you are a beginner. If you are a beginner, don't aim for buying expensive things if you are drawing. And even if you look at the book I'm using, I just bought this at a random supermarket in town, and it has been doing me wonders. The paper is good, it's soft, and it works well with that Staedtler pencil. Now something I've learned while drawing is using a grid is very important, especially if you are an artist referencing maybe from your phone or your tablet. The grid will help you a lot to at least be able to draw everything proportionally, and it makes sketching 100 times easier. And I'm hoping if I continue drawing, I hope I will improve, because I really like drawing, and it is something that I'm very passionate about. To be honest, this drawing, I still have not finished it. It still has a lot of work to be done, and let me tell you something. If you are an artist out there, or if you are a beginner, drawing should be it should be your daily drug. Daily drug in terms of it is something you should be doing regularly. So because I was in high school last year, I finished last year, and I was in a boarding school, I had to postpone it, and I regret it a lot, because I missed out on so many things, and it is what I'm trying to catch up to now. So be drawing every day, make it more consistent, and let me tell you, do not get intimidated by these great artists who draw very amazing things with so many details. Let me tell you, if you are an artist, you are not a printing machine. So yes, drawing realistic photographs is amazing, but remember, you're not a printing machine. Yes, if I was an art enthusiast, I would not look for something realistic. Instead, I will look for something which looks like art. So don't get intimidated by them. Even my picture itself, this picture, it is not 100% accurate to the reference drawing I was using. But to be honest, I'm very proud of it. Yes, someone will say, oh, the clothes don't look realistic, they do not match the reference image, but let me tell you something about art. Art is an expression of what you see. When I looked at that girl, that reference photo, I simply expressed what I saw in it, in this picture. And I think if that girl on Instagram saw this picture I drew, I think she would be impressed because I just captured the things that I could. And don't get intimidated if your drawings don't look realistic. It just takes one step at a time and learning something new every day. Like I mentioned, in the past I was not used to sketching. In fact, I started sketching this year. In the past, I used to draw everything without sketching directly, which led me to making many countless mistakes and redoing everything, which made my work messy. If you look a bit closer at my picture, it is clean. I will show you a picture, some pictures I've drawn back. I will show you some pictures that I had drawn back in high school. But if you can differentiate them with this one is more clean because at least I first sketched. Everything was precise. Before I added the shades, I had a clear idea on what I wanted. And by the way, let me tell you, if you can, avoid drawing on large pieces of paper. But if you are a beginner, avoid large pieces of paper. I was tempted a little bit to be using manila paper. And manila paper is not good for drawing at all. Maybe for graffiti, but not drawing. And I was tempted by it. The problem with using large pieces of paper or large materials, maybe I draw on a wall. It is good if you are a pro, but if you are a beginner, you struggle a lot to put those small details on such a large area. You see, like this picture, all those details, I just had to put them on a smaller piece of paper, and it was easier. It was easier because I was not struggling to move my arm too much. So if you can, avoid using large pieces of paper. Even having a sketchbook is good. This sketchbook I'm using, it is just a random book I bought at the supermarket. It is not expensive, it is very cheap, and it gets the job done. Same as the pencils. So don't fear that you don't have expensive materials to draw. Just draw with what you have. I've used what I have, and I hope in future I can buy more expensive materials. Now, someone asked me if I wanted to color this picture. To be honest, I don't think I would color it because the art of using color pencils is very tricky. It requires some years of experience, and it's what I'm working towards. Initially, I had bought some color pencils, but to be honest, it did not work out at all for me. And to be honest, it did not work out well for me because it is not something I'm used to. I'm normally used to only using dark pencils and shading with dark pencils. Again, something I would recommend you to have is just use brushes when you are shading and don't rush it. Art is something that takes time. Take your time, but be mindful of your time so that sake does not end. Like this picture has ended for me. To be honest, when I was beginning to draw it, I had so much energy to draw it, but today, as I was finishing it, that cycle died down because the picture was taking more than I had planned for it, and it has led me to stop drawing it. And to be honest, I wanted to add more of the background, but because the cycle, I was completely bored by the same picture, I stopped. But it looks really good by at least. It looks good now. So what I would recommend is just train yourself to draw fast but accurate. Do not draw too fast that you miss many details. Just draw fast at a good pace that will make sure that your site keeps on building instead of deteriorating. Am I saying it right? Deteriorating. Okay? Because art, to me, I think art is something that is seasonal. Seasonal in terms of it is something that comes and goes. It is a mood. Art to me is a mood. Like it is a mood that will come and go. So what I wanted to share with you is just something that I've been working on for the past 5 days, and you have seen something meaningful in this video. subscribe and subscribe. I will be posting more art videos, more videos related to the things I'm doing now. Yeah. Thank you for watching. That one. Love you all. Yeah. See you in the next video.